Ever get this weird thing where like your right ear starts ringing? And I don't mean like, the tinnitus thing, but
Mhm.
something different.
Right.
Like a little, I don't know, like a whisper from somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, get ready because today we're diving deep, deep, deep into all the spiritual meanings of ringing in your right ear.
Okay.
Now, hold on. We're not saying this is going to be your guide to, like winning the lottery or anything.
Right.
But across a bunch of different cultures and traditions, this whole right ear ringing thing, it's thought to be way more than just a random annoyance.
It's true. I mean, in a lot of cultures, ringing in your right ear is seen as this like direct line to the spiritual world, you know?
By how?
Yeah, it can be about spiritual communication, or it can even be a sign that your awareness is like ramping up, becoming more sensitive.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break this down a bit. When we say spiritual communication, who or what are we actually talking about here?
Right. Well, some people think it's like guardian angels trying to make contact,
Yeah.
or like spirit guides trying to, nudge us in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Or even, and this is where it gets really interesting, loved ones who've passed on. Like they're trying to reach out, send a message.
Wow.
For example, like in some Native American traditions, they believe that ringing in the right ear, that's the ancestors, man.
Oh, wow.
They're like looking out for you, guiding you along your path.
Wow.
Pretty powerful stuff.
That's intense. But also kind of amazing. So we're talking about becoming more aware, more intuitive.
Oh, yeah,
That's,
exactly.
yeah.
Think about it. You're struggling with a tough decision. Your mind is going a mile a minute, and bam,
Right ears ringing.
right ear starts ringing, and right then you get this new thought, like a flash of insight.
Mm-hmm.
Could be your intuition kicking in right when you need it
It's
most.
like our internal GPS is suddenly like, hey, pay attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But it gets even wilder, right?
Right.
Because some people think this whole heightened awareness thing, it could even be tied to manifestation.
Oh, for sure. And this is where it gets really interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because the right side of your body is usually connected with logic, action, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So when your right ear starts ringing, it's not just you off in la la land somewhere. It might actually be your intuition trying to steer you in your everyday life.
Like, hey, I got some wisdom for you over here. Pay attention. Hello.
Exactly. Like a little tap on the shoulder from your inner guide. But there's a flip side to this too.
Okay.
Some traditions, they say this ringing could mean you've swung too far over to the logical side.
Oh, interesting.
Like you're so caught up in your head that you've forgotten to listen to your gut.
So it's all about balance.
Finding that sweet spot, yeah. Think of it like this, like you're walking a tightrope,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need both logic and intuition to stay balanced, to move forward.
Mm.
And that ringing, it might be a sign to tap back into your intuition.
To bring things back into harmony, yeah.
Exactly.
Now, before we get too zen, there's another interpretation of this whole right ear ringing thing that I got to ask about. What about it being connected to, like, clearing out blockages? What's that all about?
Ah, yes. Energy blockages. It's like this. Imagine your energy flowing through you like water through pipes, right?
Okay.
Over time, those pipes can get clogged up with gunk, limiting beliefs, old emotional baggage, fears. And that ringing in your right ear might be a sign you're flushing all that out. You're making space for growth.
So it's like a spiritual spring cleaning. I like it.
Exactly. A fresh start. And when you clear out all that noise, your intuition, it just flows through you more easily. You become more open to those aha moments.
Makes sense. Okay, but here's the big one that always gets me thinking. What about the universe trying to get our attention? What do you think about that one?
Right. So it's not necessarily like the universe is sending you a personalized letter or anything, but think of it more like it's trying to nudge you. Like get you to pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities you're seeing, or maybe you just have this deep down feeling that something needs to change in your life.
It's like a wake-up call. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So next time you feel that little buzz in your right ear, don't just brush it off. It might just be the universe trying to tell you something. Or your ancestors. Or your intuition.
Or all the above, right?
Or all of the above. And on that note, here's something to think about. If our bodies can pick up on these subtle energies, these vibrations, what other signals are we experiencing without even knowing it?
Now that's a question worth pondering.